welcome to Leaving Crazy Town. All right, this is the second New Year's video, and last video focused on Finn and the stuff that I was looking forward to letting go of for this year. And now we're gonna focus on Dr. Sarah Michaud, who this is our third take. She's gotten a little attention deficit going, so we're hoping we can have us straight. So what are the three things?
Okay.
Stay focused. Three. Count them.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Things that you are going to focus on
in
this upcoming year.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now so I don't lose track. My sleep was a little less. Okay, number one, and we discussed this a lot, people. So I would like you guys to add this to your list. Being uncomfortable. I've decided that being uncomfortable is going to be my new game. So, like we've been discussing, both of us have been in relationships. I'm going on 9 months, which, like, we could joke about. Is
that's
a miracle.
how long it's been?
It's a miracle.
It's based on after that first month, man.
Yeah.
All the uncomfortable.
God. Basically, I said to someone the other day, being in this relationship has just been an exercise in being permanently uncomfortable. And I think that's...
I can concur.
And this is the thing. I'm embracing it. One of the issues is, some of it is psychological issues, but a lot of it is this. I haven't been in a relationship in like 15 years. So part of it is my norm became being alone. And my norm became this really kind of predictable routine I had. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. But when you throw another human being into this mix, suddenly everything gets rattled. I just have to say it. My little routine of, you know how I am. Don't call me after 7 o'clock at night. What does he want to do? Talk every night at 9 o'clock. What? I mean, I'm in bed. It reminds me of my son. I always say my son wants to talk with him. When I literally turn out the light. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, my girlfriend, I say, how was your day? What am I expecting in return? Good, bad, indifferent. No. I get the actual information. And I'm like, wow. And then when I said, how is her dog doing as her dog was sick, she describes what's going on with the dog. And I said, good or bad, it's fine. Better or worse. So I understand what you mean by like,
Yes.
Yeah.
We have certain ways of operating. And this is the thing. Nobody's wrong. Like, he's not wrong that he likes to talk at 9 o'clock at night. I'm not wrong that I like to talk, in the morning. But trying to navigate that stuff is uncomfortable. And so one of my huge things, 2025, is embracing new levels of discomfort. And what's that book you were just... Okay.
Oh, the comfort crisis, which is all about, how
human beings are getting way too comfortable.
Yeah,
people,
and how it can really, if you live in the uncomfortable and you allow yourself to stretch your comfort zone, it is better for your health, your physical health, your mental health, everything.
Absolutely, and I'm going to give you...
I mean, how many people say someday, and they don't take the step to do what it is they want to do, because they're nervous, fearful, or uncomfortable.
But you just said it. See, what it is for me, and I'm going to give you guys an example of this. It's fear. When we're uncomfortable, some fear gets activated. And for me, it's been like fear of intimacy, fear of someone getting to know me, tons of other fears got activated starting this relationship. So when I make it normal that it's just going to be uncomfortable, it creates an opening. But... I'm going to give an example of last night, because one of my other ones for 2025 is pushing my body. And this is the thing. So I've gotten hurt Finn knows these stories. Like, I can't do Pilates. I get hurt every time. But what I also notice is that, so I love yoga. And I've done a certain type of yoga for a long time. And starting a month ago, I started a new class. And it was super hard. And what happened when I was in that class that night is I literally started to get fearful that I was going to get hurt. Like I would push myself a little, but you know what actually happened? The day after, I literally felt better, and the injuries I've had felt better. But even last night, I'm in this class, and it's a heated class. And at one point, I'm not going to say I thought I was going to die, but
I would have.
But I thought I was either going to have a heart attack. Like, I noticed the fear coming up, and I said, Sarah, just hang in there till the end. And you know what? I am so glad I did. So
as soon as we get physically uncomfortable, we want to leave.
Yes.
I remember when I went hiking alone.
Yes.
It was my first time backpacking alone.
Yes.
The first night, it was 10 or 0 degree. I mean, it was really cold.
Yes.
And I was cold. And I had the proper gear.
Yes.
But I didn't put it on because when I went to bed, I thought it was fine. So I'm laying in the tent and I'm freezing.
Yes.
And I finally get up and whatever. The next morning, I'm like, I got to go home.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I'm gonna like walk, I'm gonna hike 20 more miles before I sleep again. And what if it's freezing tonight and everything? And I just was like, just put one foot in front of the other.
Yes.
And I did. I got up. I put on the thing that I was supposed to be sleeping in my sleeping bag. I was warm. I got up the next day. I felt like I achieved something.
Yes.
And then I finished the hike, and it was epic. And I even got lost and had to do like an extra 8 or 20 miles.
Talk about discomfort.
Yeah.
Right?
And I was practically in tears, but I felt like,
Yes. So of course I'm not encouraging someone. I mean, if you're like injured or you feel like severe pain or
it's
something.
more the mind
That's one thing.
telling you the problem.
But if you're pushing yourself physically and your mind starts, just have the awareness like, okay, this is just fear. And you make a decision either way, but what we're talking about today is when you accomplish something that you didn't think you could accomplish, that's the self-esteem builder. And it really creates feeling better about yourself. And that's what we're all about here. So give something like that a try. The last thing I'm going to say is this, and you hear this everywhere, people, but I'm going to talk about gratitude, and everybody's probably going to yawn. But I just finished this book called Magic, and I recommend it to everyone. It's by Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret years ago, and then she's gone through some stuff and just came out with this book, Magic. And I thought I had a pretty good gratitude practice, but this takes it to an entirely different level. And it's really about saying thank you for everything. And I said this to you earlier, and you had a great quote, I think. No, you probably not remember.
Are you talking about the thing that I was told to say?
Yes.
So early on in my recovery, it was recommended to me that I thank my higher power for the lesson or blessings in disguise that I am not aware of at this time. So every time I felt like I was suffering, I would be thankful. And I, over time, began to see, like when my late wife died, I got a family out of it because instead of pushing away, my stepkids and I pulled together. Yes. And, like I can see the blessings that have come from different things that have happened that I wasn't able to see. Or the lesson, like I did something the other day without pausing. And after I became aware like, oh, I didn't pause enough. I wasn't ready to respond to that. So I start to see them because I'm paying attention to them. Yes. It's like when you're thankful for things, right?
Exactly.
You're paying attention to the thankful things in your life, or how something may not necessarily be grateful for could actually be something that you are grateful for, and then it takes the misery away.
I've said this so many times about, when my second husband relapsed, and for a while thinking that was the worst thing that ever happened to me, and really it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. And there's a bunch of reasons for that. So we've been talking about changing your thinking. And in this gratitude book, I'm going to talk about every day for, I think, 30 days, she has an exercise. But I did a really powerful exercise the other day, and I'm going to suggest you guys do it. This is going to be our suggestion today. So first of all, you count 10 blessings every morning. So, you write 10 things you're super grateful for. Then she talked about if you have someone in your life that you've struggled with for a long time. And of course, I picked my ex, my first husband, who, I love and I'm grateful for. And he can drive me crazy. And you pick that person, and instead of focusing on your resentments and continuing to need to write out resentments towards them, or continue to work on like, oh my God, they drive me crazy. What you do is I wrote down, the assignment was to write down 10 things that I'm grateful for about him. Now, I was married to this guy.
Was
this
one
guy
of
gave
them
me a
he teaches you
child.
how you don't want to be?
Yes. Yes, that he can activate me like no other person. And to be honest with you, I've learned more about myself through this relationship with this man than anyone else, and my son, Bo. But one thing that I said, so it's a total reframing of the relationship and this person. And I easily thought of 10 things about him. Number one being, if I had never met him, I wouldn't have had my son. I mean, think about that. When you're mad at an ex that you've had kids with, think about the gift that they gave you by having, your children.
Unless your kids are awful. I mean, then it's hard. It's a longer stretch.
It's a longer
Sorry.
All right, so that's the assignment. Try to think of one person that really gets you and really reframe it to look at the positive things they've given you. Okay, that's it for now. We'll talk more about gratitude because I'm on a gratitude thing. But think about some great things you're grateful for, and really it helps to shift your focus because we can either focus on what's going wrong or what's going right. Okay, we're leaving.
What do you think's going to make you feel better in the long run?
Amen. We're leaving Crazy Town. Fasten your seatbelt.
We're out of here.